And G2, absolute specialists on this map. This will be their pick, and I'm interested to see what kind of tactical developments they've made on that T side. That's shoot-time balance. I think I spotted you yesterday having a little go on the jump on Vertigo. Oh, it's always fun.
I did get the coolest clip. Maybe we can put it on the broadcast. The one where I clutched and then had 17 HP and the bomb was going to explode, and I jumped off and avoided the blast and saved my weapon.
That's big.
If you got the demo, I'll make the clip.
I have a shadow play. Is that okay?
That works too.
Cool.
That works good as well.
So, 4 spy from mousesports here on the back foot already. They're going to have Desert Eagles in the 5-7s, and Chris J with a bit of positional control towards the B steps. He'll be assisted by Robs here in the same position. Voxy patrolling middle. He'll have the Desert Eagle, and it's such a difficult position to hold here. Chris J gets himself towards a generator and looks for a kill.
This does look different already, though, to the other Vertigos. You know, we were watching, who was it, Furia, who just played it like it was 2019. Well, changed map, and already it seems that the default spread. Ooh, Kenny taking a chance there, just into the shins of Rops. And Chris, he's only got himself, what was 8, now 5 HP. He'll be finished off by Nexa, pocketing a cool 600 bucks. Now with 5 men versus 3, it does just look like a regroup and finish on the site, maybe leaving an Amanek loose thread to comb through middle.
The mousesports 4 spy, actually the mousesports camp in general.
Yeah.
In recent times have been suffering, that's for sure. We haven't been seeing the, what is it, top 3 team in the world that everybody's known to grow and love in recent times.
You can see they're frustrated themselves as well. The tweets are quite indicative as to where they're at mentally. You can see that they're obviously being quite jovial about the losses, but at the same time, you can see they're screaming, let me out at times as well.
Yeah, and look, I believe, I need to just double check with some official confirmation, but I'm pretty sure if mousesports lose this game here today, they will be out of contention, or contention will become very, very difficult to make it into the playoffs there of that European side of things.
Sounds about right. They haven't had the best showing so far on the road to Rio. G2 will get the bomb down, the round guaranteed, and it's up to mousesports now to save their upgraded pistols if possible. First up will be Amanek. He's an absolute master with the MAC-10, looking to farm some cash here. Gets $600 per kill with the weapon, and it wouldn't be the end of the world if he went down as well, because they've already got 4 SMGs. So, sure, that's fine. Certainly can win a round off that. The next round will be perfect for it, but when then the guns come out, that's when you probably want to get a few more rifles. And here comes Amanek now, knowing that they're actually ready and waiting on the other side. It's mowing them down. Beautiful. There it is. That's lots of money in the bag. Everyone survives once again. 1 HP for Amanek, and they'll take all those SMGs into this perfect situation there. Full eco. A real chance to farm a lot of money.
What a dream. Oh my God, they're about to go farming.
Yep.
Everyone's got their pitchforks, their hoes. What other kind of farming instruments are there?
Combine harvester.
The combine harvester, yeah.
Yeah, you want to get up there.
That's true, yeah. That kind of farming, that's probably the kind of farming G2 are about to do in round 3.
Yeah.
With 4 SMGs. Oof. Not much they can do to avoid their fate here, but a stack middle is a good place to start. Could be a quick kill onto Jax, get the SMG rolling, a flank, it all spirals, but there is another friend joining him in middle, Amanek there as well.
So before we get stuck into the gun rounds, guys, we've got some more stats coming through from our Statsman SEO.
I need to get his stats thingy up because he always drops some knowledge bombs.
Yeah, well, right now he's let everybody, well, he's let us know, to let everybody at home know that Mouse have the second lowest opening kill percentage, which is at 40.3% on Vertigo against top 30 oppositions in 2020. G2 have the best, which is 68.4%.
They are so good on this map, it's unreal. I love the fact they've got Dusty to close it out as well. For me, this looks like a G2 2-0, but Train is the only question mark. Like, mousesports could come online in that map, and we'll see. I hope they do. Like, Dust 2 between these two is always epic, to be honest with you. And bomb planted. Round coming to his logical conclusion. As we said, it's an eco here. Robs with the saved CZ and R. Does find a kill.
What's going on here?
He has no kit, but he's going to wait. They're not looking at it.
No one's near it.
Oh,
Kenny's coming back. Kenny's coming back.
Okay.
If Foxy does it now, it's fine. But wait. Just wait. He'd have to start it now.
Kenny's too smart.
Yeah, he's way too smart. He's even checking. He'd have to start it now. No time. No time.
Oh, he's heard it.
He's okay, so try for the kill instead. Damn, if he had a kit and a smoke, that's like the cheekiest of all the ninjas. He's regretting his purchase there.
I was getting very worried at that point, but it will be a G2 with a 3-0, and they've got a bit of a bonus situation going on here. Now, if you're not aware, we don't really have bonus rounds per se in the traditional way like we did a few years ago. They're more you have SMGs to operate with on the T side. You might as well go for it. You're probably not going to win the round, but cause as much damage as you can. If you do win this one, there's a great chance you can just run away with this first half. Frozen, Karrigan have no helmets, so the SMGs are a lot more potent in that direction, and this is going to hammer it home towards A. Try and be fast, get up towards short, and use those SMGs at very short distance.
Frozen's trying to contest, but the bullets are just too strong. It's a pre-fire straight through the smoke. Frozen gone, an M4 upgrade available, and it does look like Hunter's happy to snatch that one up for the MAC-10 in exchange. Woxic, he's standing his ground for now. No one-way smoke they can throw on towards the ledge of that crane. Instead, he just wants the info. He wants to fight, but Kenny takes it. And now already a two-man disadvantage for mousesports to overcome.
Big stuff here from G2. Bear in mind they started the SMGs and now they've upgraded one of those to a rifle, got themselves a couple of kills and still have utility available. Karrigan knows he needs to do something here, but he's got no grenades, no kits. What does he even do in this situation? Hunter will take him down, and it's now back to a 5 versus 2 situation. Robs and Chris, presumably one of them towards B at this stage, trying to work out what their next move can be. Chris J only with that Desert Eagle, waiting for a good opportunity to plant this bomb. They still have 2 smokes here. They're being so methodical, making sure that they're not going to lose anyone here, keep all 5 players up. It's beautiful to watch.
It really is. Satisfying.
Mouse should save here, but I want to remind everybody, and well, even us here, that if we remember that North game where mousesports and co went toe-to-toe, round number 13, Henry, does that one stick out in your memory at all?
It does.
It was a 2-on-4 situation. It was Kirby and Cajun.
That's exactly what it was, yeah.
Oh, yes.
And that's because the way that North were approaching this, they were getting a lot of spam kills, even though we've had the new adjustment to metal now, no longer wood. They were still finding frags through those boards. And they were also able to execute onto that A bomb site relatively easily. And then they even changed it up a gear. They went from just execute onto the site to smoking off elevator room and then taking control of the sniper deck. So North were able to actually manhandle mousesports on this A defense. They were stuck between do we fight, which they'd lose, and retakes, which they'd lose. And right now we just saw them in limbo, which you're definitely going to lose.
Bear in mind, it wasn't really a gun run. We had Chris J with a Desert Eagle. We had Vox on the M4, right? So it's difficult to really quantify that as a big, important round, which it was, but at the same time, mousesports didn't have everything they need. When Vox gets the AWP, they can be more aggressive toward the A ramp. Karrigan going to be more active as well, the utility required, and hopefully Chris J will have a rifle at some point in this game, because this Desert Eagle thing he's bringing out, like, it's kind of cool, but at the same time I hate it. I don't know what else to say.
It's kind of cool, but I hate it.
Sure, it's like studded belts. Yeah. You know, kind of cool, but I hate it.
They've got their place, I'm sure, maybe behind closed doors, but I don't know. We'll see whether he can start stepping up. He's got 4,100 right now, and it's going to be 4-0 G2.
Hasn't hit a Deagle bullet yet with 4 ADR.
Yeah, good point.
Round 5 will have to be where it starts. Just the rifle on Rob's a deep smoke. I like that. But a nade, it does give him the info. Fakes the step, trying to keep them on their toes.
Rush, can you check it down? My next position a second. Oh, he was on some cool boost at the back here looking over the generator. It was pretty nice look. I think it was on that back way.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool angle. But they're being very patient, aren't they? I love to see this, the discipline. Even though you're 4-0 up, everyone else will be running around at this point, enjoying themselves.
When Chad says to us, nobody die, this is what he wants us to be doing.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Just gotta put the brakes on.
Instead of creeping into the site and getting your head taken off. This is just getting stock of what the opposition is doing. And now, well, with 45 seconds left on the clock, they have to get a bit of a wriggle on. Lots of utility used over towards that B bomb site might force them over towards A here.
Oh, that smoke's lovely. Amanek just blooms it immediately on top of the floor of flame, and now middle is theirs.
He throws it from the same position as well by the generator. It's really nice little sequence he's got there. And so we've got Jax trying to make their way through towards the B bomb site, using construction if possible, but Robs could shut it all down. He'd have to find multiple kills at this point, but the timing is just beautiful. Frozen shot's not bad either. Wow. A couple of Deagle headshots here, but not enough to win the round, of course. Good damage, but nothing's really right home about. The money is out of control for G2 here. We've got $14,000 for Hunter as we enter round number 6. Maximum loss bonus now for mousesports, and the Voxic AWP is out and about. Here's the replay. And Hunter just taking them down. Bit of a partial bite, and Amanek. Lovely shots from him.
Remember that opening kill statistic that we were talking about right there? Well, it's getting worse and worse as every round progresses for mousesports. Currently at 0% here in this map with 5 rounds deep. And that would mean that G2 are at 100%.
Wow.
Simple maths, ladies and gentlemen.
It all works out. And they've only had 1 multi-kill round so far, mousesports. That was Frozen's double kill.
Just then, right?
Yeah.
I found it interesting as well. You know, I like to take note of the completely pointless information, but Hunter had the option to take the AK. He opted for the M4. He wants to keep the T-side M4. He's already got kills with it.
Glave's been doing that recently as well.
Yeah.
When you know the money's low and they're not getting the helmets, the M4 can actually put out more DPS if you get
Like
big
the rate of fire, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I don't know if there's a massive amount of science behind that, but sometimes in the T-side it just feels good, you know, you feel quite nimble.
And
you
also,
get big spray downs.
you know you're kind of rubbing the salt in the wound as you kill them with their own weaponry. Supposed to be a disadvantage, not for Kenny S, though, with this AWP. He's going to get another one. Frozen just steps up, puts his head in the guillotine. And now Rops, he's got a 1 versus 5 handed to him by Kenny S.
Well, round over, job done. Rops will be the B anchor and just can't find any luck so far. 1 and 4. Just going to have to try and stay alive here. Absolutely nothing to do. Kenny S just absolutely destroys them there with a sniper. Getting better and better. Aging like a fine wine here in 2020. Kenny S continues to impress.
Boys, we've somehow missed this fact, and well, maybe we haven't missed it. It's just the game is going at such a pace. There's only 3 kills recorded so far for mousesports, 6 rounds deep in the game.
Rops with what? One
with
and
a
then
CZ.
Frozen with 2.
Yeah, so that CZ came from the 3rd round of the game, and the Deagle round came
saw those 2 kills
just before. So they only have 3 kills 6 rounds in. They are getting absolutely destroyed right now.
A thrashing. By the way, off-topic conversation, because I assume this is going to be a bit of a timeout situation for Mouse. You know this spot at the back of ramp where we saw everyone saving?
Yes.
Like it's a very common spot now to save because you're safe from the bomb blast. How long do you think it is until we get a Dosia-style nade? Someone just throws the HE just to the corner of Scaff from like elevators or something.
You should get the distance, right?
Yeah,
you should
this is what I'm
definitely
talking
be able
about.
to
You could
line
get
that
it.
up. Yeah.
That would be such a sick dunk, and you're safe.
Definitely something to be considering, right? Because you can see that HP is normally around like half after that bomb goes off.
You put 50 on the nose.
Can you throw from the elevators?
That's what I'm thinking, through the square. Imagine.
I was working out one that you could use when the CTs are all in elevator room for the Ts to throw from the crane position. So you
It looks too high.
It's way too far, maybe. What could you throw it from that's safe then?
Maybe the boost spot just
on the side of elevator. You could probably lob it.
Yeah, we'd have to look into it.
The X-God style.
But you could just enter late if you were happy to lose your own life,
The problem
right?
was in that corner. You only take, what, like 20 damage or something, isn't it?
No, they went down to 60 in that.
Okay.
I was keeping. That's where the idea stemmed from.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we need Mouse to actually start finding some kills. It's not even about finding rounds. It's actually just finding frags. Because
would help.
the individuals aren't getting any opportunities here. You can just see how thorough G2 are. And this is very suffocating, right? Because players who are normally known for getting multi-kills, Rops, Woxic, Frozen, those guys right now are being kept to nothing. This is almost a clean sheet at this point of the game. 6 rounds in, only 3 kills. I can't remember the last time I ever saw that.
Look at the ang from Frozen. Everybody
sick.
write that one down in your journal.
Yeah, looking at all the boost. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you really are going to wallop anybody, and especially because you got that awkward extra kind of inaccurate
he's
jump.
watching for the boost, and Voxic is focused on the actual crossover from middle here. This could actually be quite interesting.
Woxic's only got a P250, though. He'd have to hit the swiftest double dink. Go on. Let's see what you got. Well, that's perfect. A dink and 1 to the chest. Jax is gone. Rifle scooped up for Woxic. That Molotov might deter him. It's from Amanek. He's got a lovely set of utility. He throws a smoke on top of that with the same lineup. And just like that, vision is denied. A lovely little gap, perhaps, had they crossed through middle, but it's not going to work out this time.
They're not out of the clear here yet. With 37 seconds left on the clock, the rotation might start coming through now from mousesports. They should be able to get onto the bomb site and hopefully get it down, but that's when the chaos normally ensues. They're staying very quiet. Molotov out to sandbags. Now the nades come through. This is the full commitment.
Oh, if Woxic was to hit another, but for now, all in the clear. Bomb will be planted. You can see so many. There was a head-on shot available on next to the bomb carrier, but he will be allowed to plant. Carrigan chipping away the health, but it may not be enough.
Yeah, that was his chance for his opening kill as well. And will be carrying and going down, and presumably the round as well. They've got no kits, but a Molotov found, Frozen with the M4. Might just be better off saving the weapon, but Chris J does find a kill back in return. That's towards Nexa. Still so much work to be done before we can start talking about a defuse attempt here, but the Molotov towards short. Maybe we can get a few more kills out of this one. Amanek will take care of the last couple of players, and surely this one's over.
Yeah, no kit. No real time for this one, and Kenny, he loves these angles. On that upper platform, peeking into the A site, it's his jam.
Yeah, and speaking of Kenny, through the 4 maps on Vertigo in 2020 against top 30 teams, he's currently sitting with a plus 53 KD ratio, that's kill-death ratio for those people playing at home.
Ooh,
and he's 19 for 3 in terms of opening duels.
19 for 3 in what? Sorry, what was
Four
that?
Opening
maps.
duels.
4 maps.
Over the 4 maps in
Woof.
2020 against top 30 teams. So
Kenny S, revolution.
well, we talk about individuals like Zywu struggling with the AWP on a map like this. Kenny has absolutely no problems whatsoever. Well, there's the AWP of Woxic striking very early. Jax will go down again. So he's won that duel twice now, Woxic, in that middle area, and it will be his second frag. So finally some kills getting on the board here for mousesports, but we're already 7 rounds deep.
Yeah, and still yet to post a round.
The opening duel has finally been found here, and we will have a 5-on-4 scenario. Amanek, though, mid-control. Chris J snatches it away towards B, and he's presumably got a second kill as well. But Hunter, the preemptive shot there on the drop down, and Carrigan will keep the man advantage. It's up to Kenny S, though. He'll be joined by Hunter, and they've won plenty of these sort of rounds together. Now it's just down to the sniper himself. He'll be looking towards elevators and edging his way towards construction. But Rob's got a prime position, should be able to take him down, which he will. They're going to be using that spot a lot by the looks of things.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's hard to see that head there, and maybe something that a lot of teams wouldn't be aware of. We weren't aware of it until coming in today. So it's always a day in the office. You learn a lot with Counter-Strike.
It is so satisfying, isn't it, in that sense?
Like we say, every time we see this map being played, we learn a new position, a new smoke, new flashes. There's something that can be done that we weren't aware of.
Like Amanek's nade set just looks so optimized for a mid-take.
You've even got now over towards that A ramp, the smoke, the jump smoke that we see teams throwing. They're now throwing the, oh, nice quick flashes. Look at that.
He double flashes the A ramp from T-spawn. So we knew you could do that smoke, but we haven't seen people flash it either, so that's another cool thing. So you can potentially like dissuade them from peeking with the AWP towards the corner.
Without throwing it up the ramp on sandbags, which is a very easily anti-flashed flash.
So they won't be able to avoid those, so we should try that out as well. That's awesome.
They should just execute A here against double AWPs, right? You can see Frozen already setting up retake nades. If you look at the top left of your radar right there, mousesports do not want to contest this A ramp position whatsoever. So that's why they're holding on to all their grenades. Look at this on the left. You can see Molotov, smokes, HEs galore. That means that G2 will need to move on in and bait this out. If they don't, they're going to be taken right on down by some of that utility damage we get so excited about.
Ooh, Chris has got a lineup for short. Perfect.
Like that.
So that's just denied their Molotov and taking territory, right? So they've both thrown out Molotovs at the same time. Chris's is to deny the progression of Hunter there.
It's like nobody threw anything.
Exactly.
Oh my God, welcome to lineups with G2 and mousesports. We've got another perfect banger here.
The isosceles triangle being deployed, and that's going to be... I
thought it was too. Of course not.
What's fake? They're walking back to B.
There's all the utilities starting to be burned, and a flash, a Molotov, and Rops with the AWP. He's going to get tested, immediately falls off. They've got 2 AWPs to hold B, if I'm not mistaken. It's Rops and Woxic. They're bounding in, and already the shots are starting to hit. My God, the artillery. They all connect, and it leaves all Kenny and Nexa with only 8 seconds. The bomb is loose, the round is lost, and he's just going to try and get the hell out of Dodge.
Well, that's something that they can adjust on immediately here. If you... Nexa, after the time, it's not going to be that much of a problem. We know that the money is built up beautifully on that side of things with the 7-2 scoreline now, but mousesports, they're finally starting to wake up. Now, if we want to actually talk about that tactical approach right there from Mouse, that's fantastic. But if I'm G2 now, and I know that they're playing that retake setup and they're holding on to their nades, I'm not using any sound cues. I'm not throwing that Molotov that we saw Hunter throw. I'm going to walk on up, and to where at the point where one flash, we can pop, go for one of those classic contact strats, and then run them over. Don't let them play retake. Get in their face. Take the nades out of their hands. And
the Vitality playbook.
Yeah, and right now we've got the tactical timeout, so I'm sure that's similar to what Malik's telling them. They're just discussing which type of a round they want to go for, because we can clearly see there will be a buy. There's no problems there. Money is looking out of control.
What do you take on Rob's secondary AWPing duties?
Well, nothing's working for them at the moment in terms of the server with their recent matches, so why not? Why not mix things up? Throw a different look in. You heard from Malik just there talking about individuals, you know, not feeling like they slot into the system properly, or there could be woes here, there, and everywhere. Well, you got to get back in the groove somehow.
Yeah, and in previous lineups as well, Robs has experimented with the AWP. He was AWPing inside a train for a few months as well. He doesn't do it so much anymore, but it's certainly capable with the weapon. It's the same flash as well. So 148, want to try and get us down. Frozen just enjoying the fireworks as he does swing off towards the ramp itself. Another interesting round here. So much innovation being displayed here on Vertigo. Double AWP setup still rings true for mousesports, and Hunter ready to challenge Frozen here. What a tantalizing battle that is. Two aim stars being tested on this A-bomb site.
But look at this, as soon as this smoke clears, if there's no one on the other side, they should just walk on up. Oh, they're going to use smoke. So the tells are through. Let's see what nades come out of Mouse.
Yeah, so this is going to be common ground for Kenny. You can see the plan. Jack's holding ramp, Kenny holding the top as well. And then eventually, we tend to cut to Kenny's POV, and he knocks 3 people off the site after that one-way is gone. That smoke is designed to see the toes of anybody on ramp for the CTs. Very beneficial, so they'll wait that one out. Now Kenny can start his adventure. This procedural clear is his favorite. Getting to see it now, first person, like a nature documentary.
Oh, the smoke missed.
He knows what he's looking for. A couple of shots. Look how open he was. Tucks into sandbags. 45 seconds on the clock.
So, still a 5-on-5 for now, but A execution seems very likely from GT to close things out here. I've got Almanek watching the flanks, looking for their opportunity, hoping to bait out a bit more utility from the CT side. They still have 3 smokes, flashes, incendiaries. mousesports know the importance of holding on to these grenades as GT gets so close, looking for the plant. Nexa will commit. Does Carrigan swing out?
Nope. Nothing to stop it. On the fly, nade does dunk him down to 45. Lovely stuff from Carrigan, but it's not a kill. And this retake now with all of those sets of utility, I imagine we get the full wall. 2 smokes.
Have to. Yeah, it's the only way at this point. With a 5-on-5 retake, you have to do the wall.
Especially with 2 AWPs for the retake. Oh God, they need to get these smokes down. Somebody needs to lock them out. Otherwise, it's, yeah, Nexa. Hunter finds 2. Puts their heads in a vice. A lovely angle found by Woxic, but it's all too little, too late. They have to preserve the AWPs.
Can somebody tell me why they didn't do the retake smokes? Do they not have that in their arsenal? They had enough. They had plenty of nades.
I said it, I thought this is a bit of an obvious thing to say.
Yeah.
Well, it was, it's not even worth mentioning. Of course they're going to do it. But they just didn't do anything. They just waited until the smokes went down. They lost their jewels, and they had nothing to work with.
Yeah, so not only there did they not go for the retake, they lost all their guns. They didn't use their utility wisely. I'm going to say they maybe don't know the retake smokes.
Well, G2 certainly do. They're one of the innovators of it. They're going to be displaying that plenty of times on their CT side, and I think this is probably the correct call now for mousesports. You're getting absolutely wrecked out there. It'll be their second time out of this Vertigo pick of G2, and look at the money. We do have an AWP available for Woxic. Frozen, he'll be dropping pretty much everything here. $7,000 invested. Same story for Carrigan as well. They've had to pretty much put everything they've got on the table here. Chris J presumably will get a deagle. And we'll have a look at Movistar Riders versus Copenhagen Flames. The Danes actually taking a lot of scalps recently, Alex. They're looking very good. Maybe on for another. I'm
very excited for them as well. I really kind of was excited for Refresh when he got his little his chance in the spotlight, and I think it's good that he's gone back down to a level now with a couple of lessons learned and a chance to turn heads and pop heads on the road to Rio. They've been doing well. Keep your eyes on that. If you fancy checking that out, just go ahead and add a B to the URL you're currently watching.
Yeah, best of luck to him. Big fan. Turning heads for sure. Is Amanek. This is the spot I'm going to be using, Alex, from now on.
Yeah, I knew you loved it.
I love the generator. I hold here on default some T-middle, but getting that angle there, they're not going to be able to pre-fire you. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you know I would immediately see someone at tap S as well. Just immediately, whoop.
So we're looking for mousesports success. So we want this game to be competitive. It normally is always such an excellent series, but quite lukewarm right now. But Carrigan, he'll pull a kill back. That's actually pretty influential, but it's all a ruse. You can see them getting set up towards B, going for that split of construction. But Woxic, he's in a pretty good spot here. Should be able to take a kill, no problem whatsoever, which he certainly will. Flashbang over towards the top of middle as well, trying to deny access towards the elevators. A swing comes through, but it's too late, and Frozen takes care of him.
That's a perfect crossfire, and this angle on elevator is usually enough. It's actually Robs connecting onto Kenny on B before Nexa falls, and that's a whole lot better from mousesports. That is what we need to see. 2 AWPs, 2 AKs, pretty damn perfect for them to save into the next, and they can soften the blow of this T-half still.
Easily. Very easily. And opening kills are starting to go in their favor now here as well. 4 to 7. It was pretty dire there. What were we? 0 for 6, and then Woxic got one on an eco, so it hasn't been great for mousesports in that regard.
Robs did out-AWP Kenny there, though. That's something to keep track of. See if that is a recurring theme. No doubt the kid can aim. Why not put the AWP in his hand?
Yeah, turn it into a bit of Quake, insta-gib. Maybe with a little bit less movement. A few less bunny hops.
Yeah, you don't have to aim for the head with insta-gib, though, and that's just like a nice luxury.
Yeah, just in the chest, that's good enough. Or the toe.
Round 12.
I like seeing the deagle in Chris J's hands still.
He's got 2.5k, so he could get dropped a rifle from any of his teammates. He could buy himself some nades, perhaps, but
he's not doing deagle, no nades.
There could be a gun on the ground.
Okay. Phew. I thought he was on
there is,
utility
Jack.
strike.
I don't know why you're suggesting that. He's never got a rifle. He loves the Deagle.
But why?
I don't know. I wish I could have a reason for you. Like, I get it, he's trying to save money, but this is getting out of hand now. And when you're losing, give him a rifle. Surely. Either way, they know their game plan a lot better than I do. Maybe there's some method behind the madness. We are going to see next up, quickly up towards that A round. They've got full control. They haven't been contested there at all, so not going to be pushed back unless Voxer wants to get flashed through. Nexus certainly does. Wow, he's actually up towards the A side. They've got no idea. Communication a little bit frantic at this point, but Frozen pulling some kills back here. He needs a second one here to make them feel comfortable, but a Molotov will do anything but. They are going to have to fall back here, and this is another retake scenario. They've got the smokes, and what kind of play are they going to make?
Oh, Kenny's back on the sandbags, deciding better of it. He'll play the passive line. He's got a lot of punishing frags from this angle before. For now, though, they're closing the gaps. Look how fast Carrigan's got back onto the site. Any utility? Yeah, a whole lot of smokes. This is looking better for Mouse already. Closing the gap. They want to use perhaps Christian as a sacrificial lamb. He's defusing, and the spray, it does connect. Carrigan gets knocked off it. Another drops in. Rob's keeping him safe. Hunter's got to get him off, and he does. One last body there. It's Frozen, and he does have enough time. My God, a massacre all over the construction site. HR, they've got a nightmare on their hands, but mousesports fine for.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest retake, but it certainly was fun to watch. mousesports battling tooth and nail there inside the smoke. Absolute pandemonium there. No one was sure who's going to win the round, but it will be Frozen with a full defuse there, spraying them down. Hunter finding kill after kill. They were trying multiple defusers here, but Frozen finally gets the upper hand, and we go 8-4. They're starting to get back into this game now. You can see the money's starting to be whittled down. Not a full buy from GT. Look at the lack of grenades here. They're going for a fast play, couple of flashes to try and steal around away at this point and reset the money if possible. It's going to be a set piece, just a bit of fun, see what's going on here. But Carrigan more than ready for it. Starting to wake up now. Frozen defends valiantly as he looks for his second kill, but that's going to enable a bomb plant now.
Yeah, this is actually not looking too bad. Now Jax has got himself an AK. Woxic will be forced off the line. Double orbs again. Does make things difficult once that bomb goes down. Don't have to contest. Nexa feels like he's forced into these fights, though he's desperately trying to find some cover. Sat in the open, the Flames his only guys. And that will be the end of him. All on to Jax, half health, and 3 players hunting him down. Cops the flash, lives to tell the tale. 2 more now, both AWPs. It's down to Chris J, really, who's flanking through short. This is the end. Oh, not! He gets the first. Now the AWPs are closing in. He's got 2. And Woxic, I don't think he has time.
He's got it.
Yeah.
It was close, but he's got it. Jax had a very, very good attempt right there. Ooh, all right, well.
Remember, that wasn't a force buy or anything, though. That was just a partial investment with Mac 10s and armor, no nades to get that bomb down. Costly. They brought it down to 1 versus 1. If they win this next round, they're pretty much guaranteed the final one.
Here's the other option that G2 could look for. They're getting the site control and they're able to plant that bomb, but we saw how just chaotic that retake up before with the mousesports holding on to a lot of those smokes. If they send someone late flanking middle or late flanking B to come on through while they're setting up those retakes, that's one way that they should be able to deal with this scenario that mousesports are throwing on in. But will we see a change of attack or at least a change of approach right now, as we will get another tactical timeout coming on through? They've already used 3 timeouts in this first half, G2, and well, they were up 7-1. 7-0. They're on 7-0.
They were 7-0 to kick things off.
Yeah, now
so
take 5.
It's impressive from mousesports to actually bounce back in this sort of manner. They had to win some very crucial rounds, some high-octane moments as well. Plenty of 1v1s being brought forward towards the end of this epic first half.
We get to see a Chris J AWP, ladies and gentlemen, and a USP mixing up the sidearm.
Wow, a primary weapon.
A primary weapon.
See that every day.
It's exciting.
Let's see what he can do. Jokes aside, Chris J, a fantastic AWPer. And I'm sure he'll be more than happy to make this work towards the bomb side. Rops has had his go. Now it's time to show you how Daddy does it.
Guys, we don't call me that outside of the house, okay?
Chatty Daddy.
It's only in the compound
That's fair enough.
You'll refer to me as Daddy.
The compound.
The compound.
The compound.
With
Dad Chad.
It's a weird world out there, and we're apparently in the center of it. We are going to have Hunter, though, boosted up behind this smoke, looking for that first pick, trying to nail the dismount. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 for that one. Not quite silent, and Carrigan, he'll be taking the kill through the smoke there. Takes a lot of damage, down to 7 HP himself. Don't nade yourself, Carrigan. Make sure that, yeah, I think it's better. Just don't bother.
Look at this, look at that! Hunter just finds the timing. He's such a weasel. He's 16-5. Nice work from Frozen. The same can be said for his frag there, and he wants more with a nade in their hand. Frozen, oh, he's doing it all. Triple kill, hunting for Nexa. He wants this round over and done with, but maybe Nexa has something to say. Woxic will silence him. And that's going to be 6.
Second kill connects, Alex. I dare say he would have pulled off something quite special there. But mousesports, fair play to them. That's going to be a boatload of rounds now. We go to number 15 here. They've actually got a chance of bringing this back to 8-7. Remember, it's 7-0 down on the CT side. They were looking so flat here. But G2, they can't break this at all. And we're getting to that final round with pretty much maximum loss bonus, the bomb down. And fantastic stuff for Frozen again. Look at the timing here. The aggression, the confidence. Also good. And Voxic is covering his teammate there. Gets the defuse there, no problem whatsoever. Double orb setup brought through. And it's AKs across the board for G2 now.
It's amazing how perfect that smoke is, really. You wouldn't think something like that would exist in the game by chance. I wonder if Valve were kind enough to give us that one.
Yeah.
It is so difficult, or at least it has been in previous iterations of the map for the CTs to defend here without dumping a truckload utility. And they made noise again, so will they get spammed onto the smoke this time? Carrigan, he'll find the opening once more, traded again, but this time Frozen standing and delivering 2 big frags.
Yeah, they stick the landing on that one. CTs with the upper hand, 3 versus 2. Vox with the AWP will rotate from elevators, looking to shut down the quick approach from short. He's got himself 2 flashes in the AWP in hand and looking to get a quick kill. I dare say he's got this one. Looks very good for him and he'll nail it. Bomb goes down. Final round here. Next up has to go clutch.
I don't see a world where Nexa can get past these 2 orb lines. And, ooh, well, maybe Rox has given him 1. A chance perhaps for the second. Flashes enable him to cross, but don't forget he doesn't have the bomb. And another fight. Oh, Chris J does manage to keep it stable. And mousesports from 7-0 get an 8-7 half. We are cooking with gas tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go too far.
This is not a drill, hold nothing back. This shoot to kill in this leap of faith that you're in between. You stand alone, but I'll watch over you. The clock is ticking, the clock is ticking. A single second could mean everything. Time is running, the time is running out. Don't give up, don't give in. Don't let me down. Be the one to wipe their
8-7 on the half, the first map, Vertigo. We thought we were about to get schooled. G2, we thought they were starting their Vertigo tutorial to start off the evening. It seemed that mousesports were not too interested. Once they got the double orbs rolling, Rop's a part of that. Hunter, despite the comeback from Mouse, he's rocking quite the KD. So keep your eyes on him coming into the defense.
Yeah, quite the amount of innovations displayed there from G2. They had some great execution, some nice new grenades, but it wasn't quite enough. 8-7 and a half is split right down the middle once again, and mousesports now on the T side. They've got himself a Molotov, 2 smokes, and a flashbang. Robs with the Superman set up here with the P250 and armor, and they look like they're running towards the B side of the map. Time will tell where they're off to. Towards A we go once again. As expected, we have got a couple of smokes. You'd expect a wall of smokes here on the A side of the map. Molotov with the boost boxes and see if they can get that plant down. But we're going to see if there's any aggression here from the CT side. Hunter at the boost box, getting a bit of Vertigo himself up there.
Yeah, nice.
I never loved that position. I am never really a huge fan, but there is someone spotting in the backlines here to make sure they can't get to sandbag. That's when he gets in trouble.
Super scientifically, though. Look at Rush. Could you mind? He's just hiding his barrel behind the girder as well. Often sticking out. Amanek sticking out in the feed only for the first. Hunter exposed from the short push and now still standing his ground. Rops will catch him with the Superman setup, but 3 versus 2. Chris J to plan.
Well, bomb will be going down here. They've still got a smoke and that P250 on Robs of 100 HP here, so he has to be combative. He knows it as well. Chris J does deploy the smoke. Trying to get out of this scenario now. Close range is where he should shine, but he can't find a single kill.
Can you smell it?
Oh, apparently. There could be a 3 versus 1 for Robs here. It's looking pretty good. No kits available.
You can hear them dropping onto the side, and they push as one. Lovely work from G2. You punish the first peak, right? As soon as he gets the jiggle and has gotten away, he's won the round. They knew they had to win that duel the second he'd revealed himself. Great stuff.
G2.
Team Ace.
Survive. Yeah, indeed.
So we were talking about the opening duels and how low it is for mousesports within that first half. Karrigan was actually a big part of opening kills for them. He went 4-0 in terms of opening duels, and that was big over towards A, right? He was one of the assertive forces stopping them before they were able to get full control. Of his 7 kills that he managed to get in the first half, having 4 of them as opening frags, if they were all rounds that were converted to rounds in the back pocket, that's good stuff, right? Because we know Karrigan on social media hasn't been too happy with his performance thus far. Here's Rops dropping down a smoke into the B main. Did it miss?
Hello?
It's not there. It must have missed.
Damn, okay, so that's a lot of freedom given to these Deagles. Might catch Rops off guard. We'll check in with that if it becomes relevant. Rush has got all the eyes we need. And a boost. Unannounced boost does enable him, if they're holding a tight line, to really get up close. Which they are, so she can mantle over that, should he desire. For now, he'll play passive.
It's Carroll getting that opening kill with the P250, but that's all a ruse. You can see them set up towards B, ready to go to a contact play, and there's only one player towards that side of the map. Next is going to be pushing middle. There with Jax, they've got an open bomb site. They can't believe their luck here. Bomb going down for sure. It's on the back of Robs for now, and he's got an open runway. The Carrigan, why did he pull the knife out?
That quick switch just killed him. Like, we talk about it being a bad habit. That one may just be coming back to haunt him.
Oh, that could do. That was a prime opportunity just to get 1 kill. And now the pressure is on. The Desert Eagles still make this work, but the pre-fires are coming through. It looks like G2 have done enough here. 1 knife switch has potentially cost them the round here. I'm not saying they definitely would have won it if he gets that kill, but probably got 1 more kill out of it, and it's going to be a pretty clean sweep towards the end. So fair enough getting the bomb planted there, but they certainly wanted a bit more.
I want to quickly correct myself. It was Nexa throwing the smoke, not Rops. Rops was on the T side. It was just Rops is the one who caught my eye last time we saw them play this map, because he had a smoke for that position from every single spawn, right? When he was spawning on the CT side, he always seemed to have a smoke from wherever he was to get it down as quick as possible. So Nexa not sticking the landing right there, but it didn't matter too much. But that plant, it does. mousesports can get a big buy on the cards right here, and, well, there it is. Fluffed his lines.
Where did it end up then? Oh, it went over the top. Thank you for the replay, Capitan.
Beautiful stuff there.
And the quick switch. Ooh. Yeah, hate to see it. It's no fun for anyone. 5v5 then. We're back off into the 3rd round of our second half. Full weapons, I say that with the SMG caveat to preserved rifles, or excuse me, SMGs from round 2.
So,
lots of B action coming in here. What's Nex's plan with that? Just underhand the smoke on contact?
A lot of noise.
They make way too much noise.
I don't know why they'd continue with this 1 minute 20 remaining, but each to their own. They are going to be walking in and presumably getting this first kill. Missed spray from Nexa, but it will be converted by the HE, I'd imagine. Doesn't quite connect for Carrigan.
They saw all the nades as well get rallied on through towards that sandbag position. So probably reported there's a few members over towards that side of the map right here. They're investigating for any pushes. You can see just how worried they are about the A push, the mid push. Oh, this is the way that I thought the map was going to have to play out eventually anyway. We know with the 2 layers how you can hear a lot of the steps, obviously above and below. This is going to be an epic duel here in middle. It's the same as last round from G2. They're pushed, and Rops is getting the better of them this time round.
Well handled. Will they expect this? Look at the flank, Chris. Oh, he's trying to survive. He does manage to get back down the ladder. Bit of an awkward one in middle. Jack's trying to deal with 2 different positions at the same time.
He's doing a great job, though. The fact he's still alive and upgraded to the M4 as well. He hasn't panicked too much, but still a 5 versus 3 in the B bomb side. I assume is open once again, and it should be mousesports here with a comfortable closeout of this round. They've got 3 smokes, Molotovs available, and in a 5-on-3, it should be nigh on impossible to even get close to this bomb.
10 hot potato. Past the parcel. Eventually, bomb does go down.
It looks to me like Mouse have redone their theory on this map, or at least they've had a big conversation about how they want to approach it. Because there are certain mid-rounds here where they are staying very organized, whereas in the past, I think they might bloodlust and just run on in and go down. You know, we talk about this team and smoke gimmicks. Well, on the T side so far, it hasn't been about that type of play. We're only, of course, a couple of rounds in. But just there, it was a clear approach, and they were happy once they had the information to dawdle around, go somewhere else, find another fight, drop on back.
The stopping the CTs pushing middle for info on the B contact was really nice.
Yeah.
Coming back to B after the frags in middle.
So we know that G2 are a very assertive team on their CT side. You know, you think about maps like Inferno or Dust 2, they're always pushing for information either through those long doors or they're retaking top mid and the brackets position. Well, here middle seems to be quite key for them. And I guess if they clear out that ladder room and top mid, and it is a bomb site hit on B or A, they've taken the flank out of the equation. So that could be one of the positives to go for that type of a defense or an assertive mid-round play for info. And this is the one with Chris J. He's going to think to himself, mate, what do I even do here?
He got away with it, though. Chris J. getting that key bit of information there to get mousesports yet another round on the board. It's our first of the second half. Going to be 2-1. And it does mean G2 have plenty of cash going forward after saving a couple of weapons here. We've got 3, making 4 M4A4s and Hunter with the UMP here. So a tactical timeout, the final one for G2 here. On their map pick suggests they're not having the best possible time. But remember, in this tournament, especially with the online play, Malik is able to communicate the entire time. It's not just in these timeouts itself. Just in case you guys are worried.
Yeah,
it's all under control.
No fear. Timeout does just enable you to have an extended conversation. And so now it's time to see what they've put their thinking caps on about. Still have that SMG on Hunter. Not sure how he's going to make that UMP utilized effectively. Taking it towards the A site for now.
So then, mousesports looking to find consecutive rounds here if possible. Rob's probing towards middle and Jack's boosted up. You see a lot of players boosted. Middle wasn't really utilized ever before in previous iterations of Vertigo, especially the last couple of them. Now it's a super viable and important part of the map. Prime real estate. And we'll see Frozen and mousesports in general to slow it right down. Flashbang goes on the corner here for Rob's. Just going to be making sure no one's super close range, but he does need to be aware of the boosted position.
4 members of Mouse start to congregate towards the A ramp, clearing as they go. Very passive hold from where I'm standing. I see just Hunter tucked in with a UMP. G2 are going to have to start pushing for information, and look at this. 2 descending the B stairs. Rops' responsibility. But they start their A hit. He's turned around. He's got the lineup. Hunter planning to nade that plant. As soon as the sound cue comes in, Kenny unloads a clip at the different plant. That Molotov may not work out. It's not going to quite get caught in a safe plant. Now they push into the crosshair, and Rops was ready. 1 for 1.
Is that going to be enough, though? There's now only 1 flashbang remaining on the mousesports side. We've got a smoke here for G2 as well. They start that retake here. Voxic holding the off angle here, dangling off the edge of the building, hoping he won't be checked. And In all this chaos, it might be overlooked. Time will tell, but it is quite a common position. Jack's edging his way forward, and he does check it, and it's a double kill for G2 here. They're going to have a 4-on-2 scenario. Remember, no grenades from mousesports. They can fight 2 for Nail. It's working out, and Frozen, he might have actually done enough here. The defuse has to come in. They've only got Kid on Jax. Oh, he's floundering. They've actually lost the round. It's all falling apart here. There will be no defuse, and mousesports will find their second of this half.
They couldn't find the bomb. I think that was one of the problems right there as well.
Or something? It looked a little bit strange.
That was unusual.
So they found it on the left-hand side of the site there, not actually on the side itself, because it was Molotov'd.
That's right, yeah, the corner plant.
Yeah.
Maybe that was enough just to buy them the extra seconds. Frozen, he gets the shots. Great spray control into the first 2. We'll get to see Robs' first frag on that flank. Amanate did trade and proceed to actually claw his way back up the ramp. But let's see how this ended. Looks like it's all G2 frags, but you can see mousesports, they'll post the 9th on that and send the CTs into just P2Ks, a couple of nades, and that saved M4. Certainly doesn't look like enough to win a round, but I'm always happy to be proved otherwise.
More and more recently, we seem to see these rounds paying off because people are so focused. They're so focused on the gun rounds that when these pistols come out, you get a little bit rattled, maybe lose 1 or 2 easy kills, and you quickly panic and you head over to the other side. And well, guess what? That's where the rest of the CTs could be waiting for you. So this was a very important round for mousesports here. They can tie things up at 10-10 if they're able to put this one on the board. Things have been looking much better for them ever since that 7-0 was posted, isn't it?
Yeah, 7-0, now 10-9. A 9-3 if you skip the first 7 rounds. It's been quite the performance from Mouse. Happy to see that them Vertigo has definitely evolved. Now Molotoving off the top position, full mid control gained, a flash towards the CT spawn, and Amanex off angle could have paid off. Tags Chris down low and can't be finished off by Nexa. Oh, well played. Chris keeps himself safe and takes 2 in the process.
Yeah, one of the few players using the MP7 these days. He always makes it look good. Money farmed, and presumably round 1. Hunter and Jackstone still the M4, and there's a huge gap in that smoke. Actually gives him a bit of a runway here. Jax will find 1. Back to a 2-on-2, and there is a kid available as well, so bear that in mind. They are going to go for this. Hunter looking for the 1 dig, and it's a great position from Frozen, and he'll get a lovely shot to follow it up. Molotov should shut this round down. We're going to tie things up. It goes 10-10. G2 starting to drop off the pace now. And they will have money for a buy, but Chris J managing to get the job done with that MP7.
I think mousesports might know what's on the line here. You know, their tournament life potentially on the line, knowing just those early losses that they've had against teams they should be beating every day of the week. Well, now they have to do it the hard way. Now they have to beat the G2s of the world just to keep their head above water. So we are seeing some good stuff coming on through here. Final kill from Wongsik.
That's a cool little play. So dropping the incendiary, then swinging while it's in the air as well. Lovely stuff. So, as we mentioned, there is a buy for G2, but as you can see, compromises need to be made. They certainly don't have the double AWP set up as of yet. Jax towards the middle. Just Pixel spotting. Will drop the smoke as soon as he feels under threat. Regardless, chucks it at the choke, but Robs is ahead of that. This actually helps him out, because he assumes it's clear now, and they've already snuck past. This could be a nightmare. All down to the timing, really.
Jax boosted, though. If Kenny gets back... Oh, they're boosting themselves. This is going to be a Jax advantage, you'd assume. Oh, he gets it. Robs tags him down to 40. Carrigan could try and get the trade. He has the info and a dunk to ensure the 4v4 is maintained. Amanex in the RPK spot. A lot of damage to be inflicted here. And yeah, Chris J is caught out. This should be the trade from Wongsik, and he does level it. 3v3. Carrigan's aggressing into the Kenny scope. Burning his toes significantly, but still keeping the man advantage.
mousesports have 2 players remaining and a couple of Molotovs as well, but they level the playing field. It's going to be Nexa taken out here. Lovely incendiary. They're burning to a crisp here. It's so overwhelming. And Frozen, now luckily have a smoke to buy himself a few seconds. Still have the Molotov available as well. Why one of Molotov off the right-hand side. Gets a first kill, but traded out by Hunter. It's going to be G2 posting their first after conceding 3.
That Molotov from Hunter was perfect, wasn't it? That nade Molotov combo was great. It's very stifling on that bomb site.
You just force into a real awkward wide swing.
Yeah, we know how open this bomb site is now. You can clearly see there isn't as much cover as there was before. A Jenny being removed right there, and obviously seems like the site has been widened significantly.
I think the removal of quad does make it feel a lot more T-sided, like T-favored. You don't no longer have that deep corner you have to commit to just to start planting.
Yeah, and the mouth is obviously a bit
Shadow,
wider as well.
interesting.
So
Shadow advantage on boost box. Remember that one for the future.
not bad. Not a bad little lesson right there. Remember that one for all of your matchmaking games. I'm sure you won't be getting too many Vertigo ones. But
Stabbing each other in spawn. Kenny gets a right stab in the back, I assume.
I believe that was actually a HE.
yeah,
Is it
nade
towards the
through, the mid window.
Ah, well, there you go. That's not bad. It does a lot of damage.
Yeah, they
doesn't
do
it?
that
Get
one.
on the corner.
Similar one is what they used to do when there was the sandbag position, but it's off that girder.
Sure.
Triple boost.
That's really cool. Wow, it is quite a commitment here on the A side of the map. And you wouldn't necessarily expect this on a gun round, so I like the play. Do they go for multiple frags as well? Is it just take a frag, drop off, or do you wait for a couple? I'll be interested to see what Hunt will go for. He's got the silenced M4 as well. Bear that in mind. It'll be difficult to work out exactly where he is. But this can be pre-fired. A lot of T teams will walk up if they're coming here late. I don't know if this is going to work out.
Oh, he
Definitely
gets
not.
put on the box. Chris J sits Hunter down for a conversation, and it's an awkward one. Hunter forced to watch now, 5 versus 4. mousesports looking for the equalizing 11th. They've got so many smokes still. They're starting to bombard the site. Kenny, he's staying around. He's actually got a bit of a gap here. Oh, he can really exploit that. Does he want to stick around? It looks like he's trying to get out of dodge instead.
Oh, they're running away. They're going to hear this.
Isn't that audible?
Yeah, very
so
audible.
loud.
Oh, they're scrambling. Everyone's scrambling right
He's on
now.
B. It's wide open. Carrigan's made the right call. It's a wide open site. He's just walking in first. He's telling them, he's with such conviction, follow me, lads. It's going to be clear. Through mid, Rops catches the rotate. There's a second chance as well. Jax, catching him on the scroll wheel, but still, he goes down. Kenny on the retakes hits some brilliant shots. Another in the open on the jiggle. He hits through the box. And now all on to Amanek, softened up by Kenny. This could be the 1 versus 2. Looking good. Sees his backpack. Woxix being so cheeky. He's running out of bullets. 6, and it's not enough.
How Voxer gets away with that, I'll never know. 31 HP, just 1 bullet would have done it, but still, it will be mousesports coming out on top. Tuck and tail running back towards the B bomb side. What an excellent call there. You can see how quickly, with the new connector position, you can get up those steps in an open site. It's just beautiful to watch. And G2, they are going to be wrecked of their finances now. $2,000 per player, going to have to be the eco. And mousesports, a chance to actually take their opponent's pick here. And there was 7-0 down, Chad.
Yeah, and this is the mousesports that we've been missing over the last couple of days, haven't we? We're talking about they were lacking in opening kills. Well, now they're winning 12-10. They were lacking in terms of multi-frags. Well, they've caught right up. They've got 14 to their name. There's 18 on that G2 side of things. But the round's about to fall in the favor of mousesports, assuming nothing goes awry right here.
I like the idea. Something we'd have come up with for hugging that half wall with just P250s, CZ as well. I think Robs is far too smart for this. Will Kenny's jiggle bait him in? Let's find out. Okay, that's the bait. Robs the fishy, not gonna fall for it.
Oh, you're getting inquisitive.
He's interested. Okay, now that's a little dodgy. Here they come. A wave of CTs. And they will get themselves an AK, but that's pretty much all. They'll rotate back through middle. And I think that's mousesports' cue to start charging into the A site. They have taken a lot of space already. Kerrigan holding the line before the smokes do bloom. Now they're up. He can plant. Perfect.
Yeah, should be no danger of losing this round, that's for sure, but maybe they can steal away a couple of AK-47s. They've already managed to find one. That was from Rops towards middle with the mid-stack coming in. Kerrigan gets himself close towards the CD sniper deck here. Flashbang to go in. Maybe he'll swing. I think he will.
Ooh. Thought they'd have a bit more aggression there. It felt like they were setting something up. Maybe they'd had a conversation about that one. Kerrigan doesn't want to give the AK-47 away, and that's actually the smarter play in this kind of a round.
Definitely, but it's not the most fun.
Hey, Green, did you play any Minecraft last night?
No, I didn't. We got back very late, didn't we? So I sadly didn't. I really wanted to get some more netherite gear, to be honest.
Yeah. You just go straight to bed like a good boy? This is where the nade comes in. You ready? HE?
If only. If only.
We get all day tomorrow, I suppose, to play Minecraft, so...
Yeah, it should be fun.
Day off.
Really excited to get back into the nether, see what's going on, kill some ghasts and all that kind of stuff.
We're going to do another ESEA grind?
Yes, most definitely, of course.
Sweet. I'm really starting to enjoy the defining of my roles a little bit in our fragging group.
I gave you the MSL job on Nuke. What did you think
like
about
the
that
MSL
one?
job.
Yeah?
I mean, I didn't have much impact, but I guess, you know, there's always next time.
You don't get the kills that come to you, Alex. You know, that's the way the Counter-Strike goes on.
Chad. They didn't do any vent dives.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. You did get some frags outside when you rotated top ladder with the AWP, though.
Yeah,
so
that sounds fine.
Speaking of AWPs, Kenny's got one out now, and that might be the change that G2 are looking for here. Potentially have to be a little bit more assertive across the map to find some opening picks, because mousesports seem like they're playing the mid-rounds very well. It's been multiple times that they've gone to a site, it looks like they're going to hit it, and then they see that there's too many members there, there's too many grenades, that gets all reported in, and well, they hightail it. They're able to rotate back around and make G2 look a little bit silly with their over-rotation. So,
Yeah.
Oh, look at this buy from Chris J as well. He could have afforded absolutely everything. They're going for a quick run boost. It's perfect. You like to
That
see those
is
ones.
so satisfying to watch.
Well,
Rops.
I was going to mention they've got no helmets, and Chris J's Mac 10 can do all the work here. It might have been better to just throw him around the corner, but still, they've got an opening 4-on-4. They can't be too mad about it. They actually missed that run boost a couple of days ago as Chris J that was flung to his death. But they'll head back towards the A site here. Frozen already progressing towards short.
There are very few teams you get to see doing the run boost in an official game. I'm glad mousesports are one of them. Next one wants to take a little initiative here. Catchbox on the off angle, and he does. He just trims the tips of his hair. 4 versus 3 now. They continue their advance. Frozen locked out by the nade. This fights everything, and Nexa, he's on for 3. Will be silenced by Jax, who needs to get that upgrade weapon. It is only on to Frozen now. He hasn't got much of a shout in this one, despite being caught with a nade. His smooth move enables him to have another bite of the cherry. There's a chance, but Kenny makes sure it's not a long one.
Oh, well, Frozen does manage to pull one back, but it will be G2 posting their first round in quite a while. It's going to be 12-12, though. mousesports actually broken financially in some cases, but they do manage to get AKs one more time. Here's the run boost. You can see how beautifully done this was. No even jump required. Straight into it, and a flashbang goes over the top as well. He's actually blind as well, so Carrigan throws the flashbang as they're doing the run boost there. A lot of pressure chat to nail the jump on the first go.
yeah, and that's why we don't see it too much within the pro circuit, because that margin for error, you fall, you're just you're giving away an entry kill at that point. You're not even getting yourself in a chance to find a frag. So curious there, but G2, they were able to play in transition as mousesports were setting on up and make them pay. It looks like now Mouse have got better of the A bomb, so we'll be heading over back towards B. They have enough nades to make this work, and Christian, he's just walking on up, straight on in.
Hey, he's helping himself. Next to, though, an ideal position to potentially shut this one down, but the M4, it doesn't do a lot of damage until now. He might even get 2 out of this one. He has done more than enough for his team at that point. It looked like he was absolutely done for there. Carrigan looking for multiple kills, only finding 1, though. Frozen, another 3-on-1. And presumably will be taken down momentarily. There it is. Kenny S finds him the lead once again. We said the money was weak going into round number 25. It certainly is here now. $2,500 per player. And we're getting to the very exciting point of the map. So they will have to take an eco, allowing G2 to go to 14-12. On the CT side, it is considered to be a T-sided map, but it's not really clear right now. We're still seeing this map develop every week.
We had Frozen's POV then, right? And we just got Kenny's to close that out. You can see when Frozen rounded that corner, he saw absolutely nothing. Kenny saw Frozen what felt like years. So that's the left eye, right eye peek kind of scenario going on down, as it will just be these pistols. And there it is. The AWP strikes true, and Carrigan will fall here. So, nice opening from Kenny.
Oh, he's got the lineup. We talked about this. He knows what he's got to do for that crouch pre-aim. 2 very, very quick kills. Kenny, comfortable. He's one of the few that really does make that AWP look natural on Vertigo.
Yeah, he really does.
Device, another one. This is a risk. Look at Nexa. He's playing the quad. It's a slither of metal. And now deciding to reveal his position. It's worked wonders. Another triple kill for Nexa. Anchor on the site, just locking him out. But that was the eco. Now the real test coming. G2, 2 rounds away from converting their map pick.
Well, money's back on track for mousesports, and checking out the B stream as well, you can see Movistar Riders getting manhandled by the Copenhagen Flames. They managed to take some huge scalps on their journey here on the road to Rio, and this could be another one of those stories. Movistar Riders also been impressive, so good job the Copenhagen Flames. So that round and map will be theirs. Molotov towards the corner of the box.
The black smudge and the 4th white smudge.
4th splatter.
4th splatter, that was the correct term.
You see with what they're doing here, though, they're trying to isolate any CTs who are in front of that Molotov. The flash comes through, they both clear it, and now that they know there's no early information, but with Jax boosted on that box, he can very quickly take that back. We have Rops here with a smoke, which is Likely going to go over to the construction position, and that's where, well, Nexa's standing and waiting. That one lands beautifully there. Couldn't ask for anything more. But Jax is on his own right now.
Oh, and he had the headshot. You could see the cool shades of cool guy Carrigan. Manages to pick up that first frag, boosting up as well. This could catch Kenny S off, and it does. mousesports, they're doing all the moves to find 2 opening frags here on middle.
What's their final play, though? Still possible for Nexa to get a couple here and peel off. He'll get the first, looking for that second now. He gets Carrigan, they're right back into the round, but it's a huge kill for the in-game leader to find, and Voxic, he's looking off the choke points here. Hunter, he's actually going to save already.
The barrel got spotted there, so Voxic knows something's up. He's definitely heard the drop of the weapon, but they don't know that the round is guaranteed. The save is already coming through, and that's important to get the AWP back over into the hands of Kenny. The money, or the loss bonus, sorry, for G2 will only be 1,400. Should still be able to get a buy going if they hold on to these weapons. Not too many dramas. Guys, do you find out, like, I'm finding now during this whole quarantine situation that when I wake up every day and I check my phone to see all the messages from all the people who love me, there's no messages because you guys are with me all the time.
Yeah, there's no emails or messages normally.
Yeah, it's
a few companies get in contact.
I've had lots of requests to do interviews, but
I haven't even got that chat. No one even cares about me, so
I care about you, Henry.
thank you so much.
But yeah, no one else really cares about us.
I'm just turning my phone off during the day now. I've decided. I just thought I'd just turn it off, and then when I turn it on in like 8 hours time from now, we'll see how many messages I have.
Yeah, that's what my grandma does. She treats it like a phone box. She like checks in with it, turns it on.
I know I'm addicted to the thing, so the longer I can have it out of my hands, probably the better. But
ooh, okay, so they're doing this a similar strategy to that of mousesports here, transitioning to a double AWP. I wonder if one of them solo B. I saw Amanek heading towards that direction. It does seem he's playing B for now. Kenny aggressive in middle.
Yeah, I like the aggressive AWP towards middle. It can be very powerful, but this is the scariest battle you have to take. Challenging towards his generator. That's got Jax there as well, so we're establishing some solid control of the AK-47s available. Rob's not interested in the battle, though. Just really looking for some A control. Going to join his teammates eventually, but Jax is pushing towards spawn. Happy to challenge anyone that could be holding this flank. Rops was, but not anymore.
I love how active this is. We haven't seen what G2 are doing out of any of the teams so far on Vertigo, but it will be the A hit. Can they contain it? Can they slow this down for that flanker Jax to come through?
Looking good with the first from Kenny, and Carrigan very exposed. Damage from Hunter as he tries to tuck tail. Chris J will find something. This is the flank from Jax. A little too late, perhaps. Oh. Chris J will be getting that bomb down. Never mind, a wall bang. Amanek had the lineup.
Yeah, that was from the CT sniper deck as well. That's huge. It brings it down to a 4 versus 2. Robson frozen with 40 seconds here. Going for the plant. Another wallbang attempt will be attempted, but it doesn't land. A chance now. Molotov available for Frozen. Might want to get that in towards the elevators momentarily, but is trying to wait to the last possible moment to get it down here. That's not bad. And now Robs. He gets his kill the back in the round, but the timing is terrible. That's unfortunate. And Frozen. He'll be taken out as well. Map point G2.
Damn, Jax. That's 15 now. One more.
So not only are they doing aggressive plays on the CT side, we've seen them push towards B, we've seen them push towards middle now, taking back information on anti-ecos. They even had the retake smokes. So we just saw those 2 smokes posted up there towards the top of the ramp. The thing is, I thought flanking would be so much more powerful, but obviously that bridge being the only choke point that the CTs are able to come on through to deal with that A side, it's so difficult, right? It's not an easy place to clear whatsoever. So the flank, you have to be really quiet like we saw from Jax. He didn't make any noise, he went very late, but it was a key kill.
Well, here we go then. Could be the final round here. Kenny is with the same peak towards the A ramp. Spots a couple of players, but doesn't connect the shot. Carrigan just with a Tech 9 here, opting for the utility over the firepower. See whether Robs can dissect the middle position. Once again, beating those smokes that the CT's deployed.
Jax, he's positioned himself in quite the off angle, just standing on top of the, what do we call them? Pallets? Closest?
That's probably...
Plasterboard?
Yeah.
Plasterboard. Wow, great patience from Amanek. Made sure he had the clear shot and will connect, and so will Jax. Perfect. You talk about having the AK and enabling players to play like that, Henry.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It means you can take More combative positions, knowing that the one-taps could come through eventually, and it looks like G2 have done enough here. 15-13, 5-on-2. Amaned looks confident towards the B side of the map. Decent smokes here from mousesports, but Jax looking to close things out.
Here comes Carrigan, he's got the one, but that's the bomb loose. There's plenty of time for Chris J to work, but there's not enough space. Hunter takes it from them, and G2 convert their map pick. Pushed by mousesports, a 7-0 start. We finish 16-13.